it's very possible that they wouldn't know the exact date, because one of the things that's impressive about Hamas's attack is the way it was executed. Specifically, what I'm talking about is the tradecraft that they used to execute it. So you mentioned earlier, Brian, how there was no signals intelligence. In order for there to be signals intelligence, it means that there has to be some piece of critical information that's communicated over an electronic medium that creates a signal, whether that's a walkie-talkie, a radio, a cell phone, a text message. And of course, everybody understands that Israel has one of the most sophisticated signals intelligence apparatuses in the world, right? It not only does it have that over its own people, but it has that across Gaza and the West Bank. So if Hamas wanted to do anything with any hope of success, they had to have a very robust communication strategy to protect any signals intelligence. Well, the best way to get around not getting caught is to simply not use signals. So we're actually dealing with a scenario here where this entire attack could have been coordinated in live conversations where people were literally meeting in street corners on scratched pieces of paper that other people had to burn, or even paper that they would eat, or that would dissolve in water. Like, we're talking about old school sticks and bricks, real Cold War era, right? Intelligence and espionage activity. It's fascinating to think that that's what they could have been doing, but then we also have to remember that, all across the world, we're seeing this turn back to old school traditional conflict and war fighting capability. They're digging trenches in Ukraine. If they're digging trenches in Ukraine, we shouldn't be surprised that they're burning secret messages in Palestine. That's just the way of the world now to defeat technology.
Yeah, it's wild to see that. I mean, trenches like World War I in Ukraine. 100 years later, it's wild to watch.
So fresh on me.